This year it is 77 years ago that Luxembourg was liberated by the Americans in September and October 1944. The original border between Germany and Luxembourg became the front line between the Americans and the Germans for the next 5 months. In this brand new video, we decided to do things different than we usually do. Instead of taking several then and now photographs that are somewhat linked to each other, we focused on 2 photographs of one specific individual.
Hey guys, as you can see, I have a very interesting photograph here. It was taken in October 1944 during the liberation of this little area where I'm standing now. I'm standing in the village of Bech, a small hamlet or village south of the city of Echternach and north of the city of Luxembourg City, the capital of Luxembourg. And what is so great about this photograph is that this was taken during the liberation. You can see that this little boy is sitting in front of the church. The photograph was taken by Lee Miller, a female war correspondent, and she took a lot of photographs here with the 83rd Infantry Division that liberated this area. Our quest today is to find this little man by the name of Raymond Melchers, who was 7 years old. There's another photograph sitting at the same side as on this part, this photograph. You can see the signs, Luxembourg and Echternach. And then boom, here sitting again from another angle, and we can see the church in the background. Our quest today, as I said, is we're gonna find this man, hopefully, and able to do a then and now shot with him at the same location. Let's go.
To get our facts straight, Raymond was 7 years old when the photograph was taken in October 1944 in Bech, Luxembourg. Today he must be around 84 years old. We were able to find a newspaper clipping mentioning his 50th wedding anniversary with his wife Irene back in 2011, but it didn't say anything on where he might be living today. All our hope was with the villagers of Bech, who might have known him or grew up with him. It was our goal to find Raymond, learn his story, and take him here for a then and now photograph. It didn't take long before we came across a family working in their garage. The old man said he knew Raymond from when he was younger, but said he was no longer living in the village. One of the neighbors overheard the conversation and called another villager, who came to talk to us.
You come from America?
No, I come from the Netherlands, Rotterdam. And you live in near Mannheim, Grand Menil, Belgium.
Okay.
So,
Okay, what do you do with all the videos?
I put it on YouTube.
Okay.
I make mini-documentaries about the World War, Second World War.
And Raymond Melchers, you already contacted him?
No, I don't. I mean, he said his brother is living in
His
Constorf.
brother is in Constorf.
Ich kann das noch nicht so, das ist nicht mein Kollege. Weil dem haben wir noch, den hat mit Haien drin, hat in den Terrain. Und die wäre überschwemmt, dann mit den nächsten Poker. Ja, okay. Okay. Ah, okay. No, she has not the number, but she... Und du weißt ihre Adresse? Ah.
The man on the phone told us to look for the name Melchers under the village of Steinheim in a telephone book. We found the number and gave it a try. After calling twice with no answer, it was time to move on.
Yeah, he's living in a village of Steinheim, close to here, but his brother is living in the village next to him. We tried to call him on his phone number, house number, and he's not picking up. So we're gonna check out the house of his brother.
What we learned from the villagers was the address of Raymond's brother, who was living in Konsdorf, 10 minutes away from here. Apparently, Raymond himself was living in Steinheim, also just 15 minutes away from here, but we had no address.
Hello, do you speak English?
No.
Melchers?
Ja.
Ah, so. Ich suche Raymond Melchers.
Raymond Melchers.
Ja, er ist ein
Mein Bruder.
Bruder, ja. So, ich mache ein Mini-Dokumentar über den Befreiung,
Ja.
seit dem Krieg. Und ich habe diese Foto.
Das ist er.
Ja, so mein Goal ist to find Raymond. Ich will das finden und das vielleicht ein Interview.
Er ist in Steinheim.
Okay.
Steinheim bei Echternach.
Ja.
Da ist er im Moment.
Okay.
Ja.
Haben Sie eine Telefonnummer?
Ja, ich habe ein Telefonnummer. Einen Moment.
Okay, danke schön. Alright guys, we got his mobile phone number now. So, and he's supposed to be living in Steinheim, close to here. That's where we're going next.
In my excitement, I completely forgot to ask for an address, but Raymond's brother gave me the cell phone number of Raymond, and he confirmed that Raymond was on the picture. We decided to drive to Steinheim and call Raymond there. Would we finally get in touch with him?
Dat is mobiel, hè?
De nummer die gewählt wird, auf dem Moment nicht zu erreichen.
Okay.
After this, we tried his house number one more time, but without luck. However, earlier that day, we found his house phone number on the internet. And if you're familiar with Google, once you search for specific keywords, they are usually highlighted on the Google results page. In one of the highlighted sections that led to a website with his phone number, there was also an address. But once we clicked on the link to go to the website, there was only a phone number. Our last hope was the address that showed up on the highlighted sections of the Google search page.
20. Dan was het 24. It's here, huh? Yeah, it's here. Okay, guys. Just in case he doesn't want to be in film, we are at the address where they are living here, where Raymond is living. And just in case of privacy, we're not gonna show up at the door with the camera, so I want to give him some space and introduce him to our quest to take him back to the place and then interview him about the war. So here we go. Hello?
Ja.
Is Raymond Melchers living here? So, ich mache ein Mini-Dokumentar über den Befreiung, den Krieg.
Und das ist das Bild, ha?
Ah, das ist Raymond.
Ja.
Hallo Raymond? So, you speak English?
Kamera.
Ja.
Ja.
So, I am very interested in World War II. I make mini documentaries for the internet. I am a tour guide for families who have parents or grandparents that fought in World War II, and my goal is to take them back to the places where their grandparents served. But I also am very interested in this area, because when I was a small kid, I used to go on summer vacation here, and this is where my interest and passion for World War II began. And so now I'm making a little video for the internet, for YouTube, and my goal was to find the little boy in this photograph and talk to him and maybe interview him and maybe take him back to the place where this photograph in Bech was taken.
Wer hat dir das gegeben?
The Lee Miller Archives.
Ah, Lee Miller. Ah, wir haben das Buch von
Ah,
Lee
ja,
Miller.
ja.
Ja, gut, ne.
Is it okay if we come and film you? Is it is it okay if you're on camera?
You called before.
I tried to call, yes.
You tried to call.
Yes, I got your phone number from your brother.
It was unbelievable that we actually found Raymond and were now talking to him. He agreed to talk to me, my dad, and my fellow tour guide, Bob Konings, on camera.
Now, I know the picture of it.
So dat
I
ze
can
van Engeland gaan.
tell you this picture appeared in London.
In a newspaper or
No, there was an exposition there.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
With remembering Lee Miller, and there was a guy from Echternach who wrote a book about the war down here in the east, and he was there, and then what he saw is this picture, and they identified it upon the nomination of this tank department. This was a tank division.
Yes, 802nd Tank Destroyer, yeah.
Tank division, huh?
Yeah.
And then they said, well, this tank division was stationed in Bech.
Ah, yeah.
And from there they went to the border to England, to Echternach, huh?
Okay.
When they crossed the border, huh? And this tank division came always back to recover in Bech, huh? And that's how they discovered.
Raymond agreed to be interviewed on camera. We sat there for more than an hour and I wish you could watch it all, but here's a short part of it.
My name is Raymond Melchers. I was born 6th of December 1937 in Bech. There's a small village about 9 kilometers away from Echternach. When the war broke out, I was 3 years old, but I still have some remembering concerning in the course from 40 to 44.
So, do you remember the picture being taken?
No, I don't remember it. I think it was taken in October, just before we left, and as I can see it, probably I came back from school, and perhaps Lee Miller or somebody else took me and put me on the sack and made a photo of it. There was a woman, and I think afterwards it was Lisa, the sister of my mother.
How did you find out that that you were in the picture?
There was a Luxembourg guy, his name was Fred Karen. He brought this photo back to Echternach, and now they tried to identify the guy. And there was an article in a small Echternach Zeitung asking who knows this guy. And it was said this photo was taken in Bech, well, who knows this guy? Sometime nobody reacted, but then a cafetier from Bech, this was in 92, he called me and they said, did you see your photo? I said, which one? A photo? Well, look at the Echternach Zeitung. There's a photo from you in the city. So. And then there were doubts, is it me or not? But my mother recognized, she said, this cap had been straightened by the grandmother. He said, well, that's the cap, that's you. So that's identity, how we found this photo. Then in 44, when the Americans came, there was still a front in Echternach, and it was very dangerous to live there. So we were evacuated, and in the first step we could take some few holdings we could take with us, and we went to Junglinster. we had to walk. There was no bus and no train. We walked. We had 2 cows, and we walked with 2 cows to Linster. In Linster, we stayed for 1 month, and then the Germans attacked again. They had launched a very heavy attack, and so we were asked quickly to leave Linster. And fortunately, the train had to stop in Dudelange for taking water. And then a cousin of my mother came and said, "Get out here." And so we joined his family and lived then for until March, April, we lived in them. Well, the man of the cousin worked on the steel. He earned some money, but his family grew to 8-9 persons. And so the food became again rare, and Saturday morning, I remember there was always a market in Echternach, the city. There was a market, and then we went there on the market, and I remember my place was always before bakery, asking for bread.
Wow.
But we survived.
Okay, so I have one final question for you. Would you like to come with us to the town of Bech?
Yeah, that's no problem. We can go to the original place.
And we're gonna take a then and now photograph too.
Yeah, and I'll show you. Yeah.
Okay.
Where I stood.
Thank you so much. That's great. All right.
That's crazy. We're just following him right now to the village. So friendly and so amazing. He knows so much about the war. His memory is pretty clear. So it's crazy, right, that we found him?
Yes, absolutely.
And thanks to Bob for talking with him and oh my god.
Kan je eens gefilmd? Kan dat tellen?
This is where you lived.
Yeah, that's the house I was born
Okay.
in 37. Yes, and I stayed there until I got married in 61. Sorry.
Ah, I see.
And then we moved to Luxembourg, Luxembourg City. We were living in Luxembourg City.
Wow.
But my mother, my father died unfortunately when I was 13 years old. He died in 50.
Oh wow.
And then I lived here with my mother, and she went to a home of other people in 96, and she died in 2000.
Wow.
So here I passed my youth.
Yeah. So this is where was your school?
Yeah,
It was
down, and the school was behind the church.
behind the church. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's where you walked. You walked every day from
every
from
day.
house to
And
school?
when I went to school in Echternach, the Charlie, the famous train,
Yeah.
was up there. So I had to go up there to the train to go to
Wow.
school. Every house got 2 free soldiers.
Okay. Did you have soldiers in your house? American soldiers?
I think we had 2 for some time.
Okay. Wow. And they gave you candy as well?
The American told us they had these, I call them these yellow packages with a powder in it where you could clean the water.
Right.
And then, as we got everything from these guys, we got also these packages, and then we took a glass and took water out of this small river, and then put the powder in, and we were drinking it. And mother was looking at it, and she was not too happy about it. She said, "How can you drink this water?" But we were very proud.
You were very proud. Yeah.
But you're still alive, so
I'm still alive, yeah.
Nothing
So probably why. Yeah, well, this is the church of Bech. And the house there is a house where I told you where the farmer lived, who served the gin to the American soldiers on the tanks. That's his house.
He gave the schnapps.
Schnapps, yeah. He gave the schnapps when the soldiers went to the tanks. They were stationed here, and then when they went to Echternach before to the fight, he served them the schnapps on the tanks with a cup. Really?
So he lived right there where the other sign is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They were standing here before.
Right.
That's the street direct to Echternach.
Wow. Wow. And so this wall used to be right here then.
Yeah, this was this thing, I think.
It's similar to the wall over there, I think.
Yeah, but perhaps they put the wall a little bit back, and they changed the names.
Yeah, it's funny that Konsdorf is a little bit different.
Yeah, Konsdorf is with C, and here is with K.
And Michelshof is not on there.
Yeah, Herborn is Michelshof, yeah. No, it's no longer on it, just Michelshof. It's no longer on it.
Okay. So all we have to do now is take the comparison picture. I'm gonna take one with this one and one with the camera.
I stand here as a prisoner.
I think the other picture. This one. Yeah.
This one.
So that is with that house.
After completing his studies, Raymond Melchers worked in the finance department of Arbet, a large European steel group from Luxembourg. He then switched to the banking sector in 1965, where he worked until he retired on December 31st, 2000. He held one of the highest positions in the European banking sector. This year, in 2021, he celebrated his 60th wedding anniversary with his wife Irene. Together they cycled all around Luxembourg with their e-bikes. They did 4,000 kilometers in the last 2.5 years. Interviewing Raymond and taking these then and now photographs of him is a moment that I will cherish forever.
Bye-bye! Thank you! All right, guys, the end of an amazing day. My mind is blown. I'm totally flabbergasted because we actually found Raymond Melchers and took him back to this place. Hopefully preserving his story. And the fact that we took him here and able to do this shot is incredible. So yeah, thank you guys all for watching, and on to the next one.